Good morning, good afternoon or good evening, wherever you are on this beautiful world. Welcome to the Bitcoin Family YouTube channel for the newcomers. My name is Didi Taihuttu. Yes, you might recognize me from 3 years ago when we as a family sold literally everything we owned. Our house, our cars, our company. We went all into Bitcoin and we started traveling the world. Now, 3 years later, we are still traveling the world, all invested in Bitcoin. Coming to you now from the Netherlands, Venlo, my hometown, where we have been visiting our family. In today's video, guys, we are definitely going to talk about this huge green candle in Bitcoin. We are going to look at some really interesting charts to see where Bitcoin is going next, and yes, we are going to show you exact numbers of the next targets we will see in Bitcoin. Also showing you how we celebrated a lot of beautiful birthdays this weekend with my family because my grandma turned 85, talking to you about decentralized fashion brands and how this is changing the world, and of course also taking a look at Coinbase that now has 35 million users. Enjoy today's video, guys. Bam! Bitcoin up to 11k. What a beautiful morning. I was there to witness it. It's such a beautiful feeling when you're seeing these green candles, or like Lisa, my friend of yesterday's video, refers to it, green dildos. Green dildos, yeah. Alien dildos, Lisa. Green dildos go up high into the sky. Let's talk about the Bitcoin price, guys. Yes, it's very interesting to see what happened. But if you followed my channel for the last couple of weeks, you saw many charts that were predicting Bitcoin to go to 11k. We broke this multi-year resistance of 10,500 US dollar. Took us more than 18 months to break this multi-year resistance of 10,500. This was a huge resistance, and we didn't break it like this, like a little bit. We just broke it, like we smashed it, like bam, gone 10,500, and we went all the way up to 11,400 US dollar. Yes, we are now at, I think, 10,900-ish dollars something. When I'm recording this video. Before I continue about the Bitcoin price, about the next targets and the goals, I just want to show you a few images because it was such a beautiful weekend. It was a long weekend with long nights, spending a lot of late time, quality time with my family. But my grandmother became 85 and we had such a beautiful time. And I'm just going to show you a few clips of how we surprised her with a surprise party. She came in, she was completely surprised, like, oh, what is this? She thought she was going for a dinner with my auntie. But then she came into into my sister's house where we built these stands and we had a huge party. We decorated everything beautifully for her. We played her favorite music by Elvis and all the 60 sounds. We even danced all together. It was a very beautiful event. Her wish was to have a huge cake, like a wedding cake, so we bought her this huge wedding cake. She was completely blown away by all the things we gave her. She's 85. She did the twist and we even twisted together. She is my father's mother. My grandfather was from Indonesia, from the Moluccan Islands, but when he arrived in the Netherlands with these big ships during the war, they were thrown in these old abandoned Jew camps in the Netherlands, and they needed to build up a life from these Jew camps. He met my grandmother very early, and he was one of the first Moluccan people that married a white woman and a Dutch woman. And out of my grandfather Opa Anton and my grandmother Oma Truus flowed like 8 children, included the oldest one, and that one is my father. So for me it was a huge moment to be here as her eldest grandson and to celebrate her 85th birthday together with all my aunts, uncles, nieces and nephew. Just like we're celebrating now that Bitcoin broke 10,500 resistance, what to expect now, guys? This is a good question. Let's try to see what is going to happen next by looking at a couple of charts. Let's start with this one. This is a day chart. On this day chart, you can see these red lines, the horizontal red lines. These are the resistance lines we are going to fight against. The first line is around 10,800 US dollar. We need to close a daily candle above this 10,800 resistance to say that we broke this resistance. After this 10,800 resistance, we are going to see the 12,100 resistance lines. Again, there also the same needs to happen. We need to close the candle above this line to call it officially a break of this resistance level. And after this 12,100 level, next red line is around 13,500 resistance. So we need to break these resistance level on the day chart. And if we do break these resistance level and we close candles above these resistance level, I think afterward that we could even go to 16,000 US dollar per Bitcoin. But if we zoom out to the charts, and you know guys, I prefer to zoom out because I'm not a day trader. I'm an investor and maybe even a trader if it comes to the weekly, daily, weekly or monthly charts. But let's take a look at the weekly charts. I already showed this weekly chart a few times before, and let's see if what I showed and told you guys in these videos a few weeks ago, if this is really happening and what to expect next if we look at the weekly chart, at this one. Bam! On this weekly chart, yes, I quickly turn around. Wow, special effects, Didi. No, on this weekly chart, you can see the Fibonacci levels when we take the calculation from the top, all-time top of around 20,000 till the bottom around 3,000. And if we use the Fibonacci retracement tool to see which levels to reach in the weekly chart, then you can see that the 0.5 level is around 11,500. We already reached this level, or we already are floating around this level. So if we can break this level by closing a weekly candle above 11,500, we would have retraced till the 0.5 level of Fibonacci. The second level of Fibonacci retracement is the 0.61 level we need to break. That one is around 13,500. Yes, exactly. We already talked about 13,500 many times. This is also a Fibonacci retracement level. And if we are able to break this level, we can take it all the way up to the 0.7 level. And that one would be around 16,300 US dollar per Bitcoin. So on the weekly charts, these levels are very important to notice because the Fibonacci retracement tool is an often used tool in this trading industry, and this tool has been proven to be right for many times. I don't know why I said many 3 times, but it's many times. To be clear, I think my sickness is all over. I don't know if it was COVID or not. I don't know. I had the flu. I had a cough. I still have a small of a cold. I sometimes had a headache. I had some throat ache. I don't know how you call it. Maybe it's a flu. Maybe it was COVID. I don't know what it was. I don't care what it was. I'm conquering it. I'm almost back to full power again. Maybe also because the sun starts to shine. And because the sun starts to shine, I feel more energy. Very soon we are going to Spain, where the sun is shining every day. And probably I get some more vitamin C and D inside of me, which makes me full power again, full with energy. But as you noticed, probably this video is already a little bit more energy. As you also noticed, I am still not keeping my promises because I promised you guys that I have this new system so I can give you these videos in the morning, and every time I want to roll out this system, something comes in between. I don't know how it is happening, as if the universe doesn't want to give me the time to put out these videos in the morning. I promise you guys, I am going to do it. I just need to find the time to switch the system over and to switch my rhythm over so I can produce these videos in a way that you can watch them in the morning with your cup of coffee. I'm trying very hard. Like I said, I had a very heavy weekend. I have a very busy schedule at the moment, but I'm doing my best, my ultimate best, to make these videos appear in the mornings European time. And guys, we just looked at this weekly chart, but if you zoom out on this weekly chart, you can see something really cool. And I love to zoom out on charts. You zoom out in Bitcoin, you zoom in life, like I always say. So let's zoom out on this weekly chart so we can see a little bit more weeks. So we zoom out on the weekly chart on this one, pop, and then you see many weeks. Every candle is a week. So we can look all the way back to 2012, 13, 14, all the way back to 2016, 17, 18. And what do we see on this chart? On this chart, you can see these triangles we have already talked about many times. So every time before a bull run, you see this descending trend line. And then when we break this descending trend line after the halving, we see a Bitcoin explosion going up. The first time you can see this on this chart, if you look to the left, you see the history. The first time you can see this descending trend line coming down. Then you can see this vertical line, which is the halving. And then when we break this trend line and this triangle, if you see it as a triangle, then you can see the upswing. Wham! We go up all the way. The first bull run was 9,050% or something. So we grew 9,050% after this breakout. The second bull run is probably the bull run you still remember. That one is the one of 2016 to 2018. You can see the same. You see this descending trend line all the way down, and then you can see the halving, and then we break this trend line, and then you can see Bitcoin taking off all the way up to 20,000 US dollar. This was a bull run of 3,000%. So the first bull run was 9,000%. The second bull run was 3,000%. Now again, today, you can see exactly the same. We take the top of 2018. We see this descending trend line. You see this trend line going down. We see the halving. You see this vertical line. This was the halving. Now, after the halving, we are breaking this descending trend line. If we would do the same, like every time we did, after breaking this trend line, after the halving, then guys, we could see insane Bitcoin prices in the next year. What kind of Bitcoin prices are we talking about? Let's say the first bull run was 9,000%, the second bull run was 3,000%. Let's say this third bull run will only be 1,000%. Only. Because we're going to divide it by 3. Because the first one was 9,000, second one was 3,000, so that's divided by 3. And now this 3,000% bull run of the last time, we're going to divide it by 3 again, so we get 1,000% bull run. Let's say we see a trend. Now we are going to see 1,000% bull run. Bitcoin is going all the way up to 100,000 US dollar. This is only with 1,000% bull run. You would expect this to happen if all things stay the same. But in my opinion, not all things are staying the same. Because in my opinion, there is a lot of money being printed at the moment. And all this money is printed to injectate into the economical system, into the monetary system, into stimulus checks, into all these things to save the world from crashing. And all this money is also flowing into Bitcoin. Not all of the money, but a part of this money is flowing into this Bitcoin. So I think if we can do a 2,000% run, we would take Bitcoin all the way up to 200,000 US dollar in Bitcoin. If we do a 3,000% run, we see Bitcoin at 300k. And if we do a 4,000% run, we will see a Bitcoin at 400,000 US dollar. And if we compare the time spans of how long it took for Bitcoin to go to a new all-time high after breaking this trend line, you can see that Bitcoin needs to reach the new all-time high, guys, somewhere in the next 1.5 years. So the next 18 months are going to be very, very, very exciting. Again, 3 times. Maybe because we keep dividing these insane percentages of profit by 3, I'm repeating all these words 3 times, I don't know. But if we are going to do what we have done before, every time again in Bitcoin, we will see a 100,000 US dollar Bitcoin price, maybe even before Christmas next year. And if we are going to overperform because so much money is being printed, then we can see even a 2,000 or 3,000% run, which would take Bitcoin all the way up to 200 or 300,000 US dollar. And yes, I know all the skeptics might say now, that's so much, it's not possible. Look to the left. Look to the left. We did 9,000%. We did 3,000%. 1,000% is nothing. 2,000% is nothing. The 100,000 US dollar price of Bitcoin means that Bitcoin only needs to go times 10. And then when we reach that price, if it goes again times 10, we are at 1 million. And I don't know if we will ever reach 1 million. I think we do, but it will take a long time. But this next bull run, 100k is nothing. We are going to smash this. We are going to reach 100,000 US dollar per Bitcoin. And again, it's going to happen because of all the money that is being printed all over the world. It's going to happen because of the mass adoption we are seeing in Bitcoin. Yes, it's going to happen because banks allow people now to hodl their Bitcoins at custodial services at banks. I don't like all these things, but all these things are going to contribute to the fact that Bitcoin is going to blow up tremendously. Because the true fundamentals behind Bitcoin, they always stayed the same. Bitcoin was never hacked. It has been online 24/7. You have been able to send transactions all over the world 24/7. It is completely decentralized. It is unconfiscatable, if it's even a word, but nobody can take your Bitcoins from you. It is borderless. Everybody can use it. And you don't need a bank account. This is the first financial tool you only use a telephone for or a computer for. Everybody in the world with the cheapest phone can own Bitcoins and transact Bitcoins, so transact value. This is a revolution. This is a revolution that in my opinion is bigger than the industrial revolution, that is bigger than the internet revolution. This is going to be the biggest social economic shift we have ever experienced as human beings. And we all are part of this. We are all these lucky people that live in these beautiful times, that we can witness the beautiful evolution of this technology that is creating a monetary revolution, guys. This is changing the world forever if it comes to money, but not only money, it's changing the world in many ways. We can also see the interest in Bitcoin increasing. For example, Coinbase. Coinbase just announced they have now 35 million users. That's like 5 million users more than last year. Maybe, I think, during the next bull run, Coinbase will take it all up the way to 50 million users. Because, you know, they are doing a good service. I'm not using Coinbase anymore. But for the newcomers, Coinbase could be a very good starting point. And that is what we see in the numbers, because the numbers of users are increasing tremendously. And then you might ask, what else Didi is going to change this world tremendously? I read one really cool article about decentralized fashion brands. I'm going to talk to you about this a little bit because I didn't dig too deep into it, because I'm still floating on this beautiful cloud of happiness because of this Bitcoin price going up. But these new decentralized fashion brands are becoming more popular every time. So what is this exactly? So these decentralized fashion brands are turning consumers into creators, which means that as a consumer you can create, you can become a fashion brand creator. So you're a designer, you design a new t-shirt, a really cool new t-shirt, Born to be Free, for example, like this one. You can buy these, by the way, in my shop. Maybe I need to contact Meta Factory if I can work together with them, because Meta Factory is a very important name to remember when it comes to decentralized fashion brands. So a designer creates a really cool shirt that he wants to sell, or creates multiple shirts. Then the community starts to vote on which designs to produce. So they have this community, they buy into this fashion brand, so they own a part of the fashion brand because it's a decentralized organization. So then this designer designs these beautiful shirts, then the community starts to vote, and then they vote for one shirt. And this shirt, which is the most popular shirt, is going to be produced. Then when this shirt is produced and sold into the stores, all online stores of course, and at the end then the profit is going to be shared between Meta Factory and the community brand. And in the ultimate case, the community brand is going to share their profits again with the community completely. I know it sounds really strange, but you need to understand that the world is changing. It's not that about huge billboards and all that stuff anymore that people want to buy into, but people want to buy into this experience. They want to feel part of a brand. So this is now possible. So by investing in these designers, by buying tokens, you become part of this brand. One of the first projects is called, I think, Wicked Sunday Club. I think they sold 42 membership packages, if I'm correct. And these 42 people were able to buy this package. I think it started with 0.5 Ethereum and it all went up to even 2 Ethereum. And for investing in the Wicked Sunday Club, the people received this box with a shirt, some accessoires, and even an NFT. What was an NFT again? Yes, a non-fungible token. And why would they receive a non-fungible token? Because the Wicked Sunday Club did something really cool. You buy this physical shirt that you're going to wear, a really cool one, but you receive at the same time a digital shirt as well. So your avatar in, for example, Decentralised or any other virtual world can wear your same shirt you bought at this Wicked Sunday Club. I know this is not understandable for everybody who's watching my videos, but it will take a couple of more years that this will become very normal, that you buy clothes for yourself in the physical world, but you want the avatar in this virtual world be dressed the same way. This is the first concept that they are going to roll out. I think they already sold more than the half of their slots, so there are still a few slots available to buy. So if you want to experience this first project of a decentralized fashion brand, I would take a look at this Wicked Sunday Club, because remember, at the end you're also going to share in the profits of the sales of all these shirts. This was an example of how the world is changing slowly, and of course, yes, I'm going to make many more videos in the future about all these examples, but for today let's keep it a little bit short, because the Bitcoin price was, I think, the most important thing of today. If you did enjoy the video, give the video a thumbs up, share it with your communities, subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified on every new video. And of course, I'm going to leave you with, you need to zoom out in crypto and you need to zoom in life. You need to enjoy every single minute of the day, because this is exactly what makes life worth living. Thanks for watching today, and probably see you tomorrow again. Bye!